live, the home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. For the Miami Heat, they won their last contest, that game against the Knicks in New York. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
And they had such a balanced offensive approach in winning that game. You love to see a team that can get it done in so many different...
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, when George, Carl, and I were able to chat a moment ago, this is the first time they'll be seeing the current NBA champions, and they know it's going to be a tough battle. Coach said, we need to get out and hit them first. Show the big three that we aren't going to back down from them. It's a mental edge that we need to establish early on. Looks like they'll try to be the aggressors here, guys.
All right, Doris. The Nuggets making a switch here. Fournier is checked in.
When you're the talk of the league, it comes with some perks and additional pressure. I mean, you've got a target on your back, and that's what the Heat had on them all last year. A lot of teams in the West wanted to test themselves against Miami. Ooh, you've got to close out on him in the corners. That's his favorite shot, his bread and butter.
Right side, Randolph. Here's Miracle Man. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. For three, and again Denver with the triple. Miami, for the most part, Steve, dealt with the West all right. You know, they're 11-7, but clearly it wasn't as easy for them as when they played teams from the East.
Well, the Heat have to travel a long way, you know, coming all the way from Miami to go to the western part of the United States. I think that can be a factor. And let's face it, the Western Conference is much stronger than the East, so their record out there is not going to be as impressive. Well, if you had to guess who the highest paid player in the NBA was, you might guess Kobe Bryant, but you probably couldn't figure out who's number two. That's Rashard Lewis. Got that big contract while putting up some big numbers in Seattle years ago. Orlando gave him that large deal, but hasn't quite been able to live up to it.
And for Rashard Lewis, making top dollar. But, you know, Clark, his production has been steadily diminishing over the last 5 years.
Yeah, and it's hard to figure out exactly why that is the case. He's always been a perimeter player, so you know he's not been physical. He's not really been hurt much. He did have an injury or two. Maybe confidence has eroded some, but he hasn't quite been as productive as he was during his time in Seattle these last 4 or 5 years.
And then Randolph slams it in.
That's what he's all about. That's who he is, retrieving those misses and exploding right back to the bucket.
Prime example of it right there, no question. Good point, Clark.
Yeah, great rebounder and a great finisher, so that's a difficult combination to deal with for the defense.
Miller kicks to Lewis. Rejected by Randolph. Here's Miracle Man. He's got 6. Dishes it to Miller. Here's Miracle Man. Jacks up a 3. The shot is off. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. Lewis, right side, the 10-footer. And there's the feed to Haslam. Cole. The pass to Haslam. On the money from 12 feet away. 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. Kicks to Kufis. Here's Miracle Man. The dish to Miller. He kicks it to Kufis. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown. Right up. And then Randolph slams it in.
He spoke loud on making a statement that play.
Yeah, that was brute force, battling for the offensive board, then taking it right back up there.
That's just all about strength and energy, guys.
Cole, the pass to Lewis. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Mike Miller. He feeds it to Kufas. Here's Miracle Man. Pass to Fournier. It's stolen by Wade. To the paint. Stolen by Randolph. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Here's Cole. He dishes it to Wade with the lead pass. Haslam, that's good. Haslam's got his second basket.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
Here's Miller. Releases from the wing and drills it. Here's Wade. 1 second left. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still. Up to this point, a close. Iguodala against Wade. Now here's Iguodala. Passes it to Fareed. Here's Miracle Man. 3-pointer. Count the bucket. Miracle Man's got 9 points.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open 3s.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open 3-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up 1, but you start giving 3-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade, the tandem in the backcourt. LeBron James is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Bosh in at the center. That's the group on the floor for Miami. To JaVale McGee. They get the rebound. Back to Gallinari. He's guarded by Battier. A nice shot by Gallinari. And it's a 3-point Nugget lead.
Well, they haven't been getting lit up from outside here. All the points they're giving up are from in close. They've got to offer more resistance.
Yeah, the defense has to get better, Clark. They've got to body up, bump somebody, get physical, force the action back out to the perimeter.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
And the Miracle Man is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Heat. Joel Anthony's checked in for Bosh. Allen comes in for Shane Battier. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mozgov, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Randolph comes in for Kenneth Fareed. Miller's checked in for Gallinari. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Andre Iguodala. James throws down the breakaway jam.
He has so much confidence, guys. What a finish.
The Nuggets trail, and this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And it's the one chance these fans will have to witness this matchup all season long. The only time they meet in this building.
And Allen with the block. Here's Cole. Goes up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. The Nuggets in second. In fourth, the Heat.
Now, the percentage that each of these teams shot was just outstanding. And that's a result of unselfishness and great offensive rhythm.
And the first one drops. And as they really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Mozgov with the bucket. And here is Chalmers. He picked up 18 points in the last one against New York.
He was exquisite in that game, Kevin. It wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing, too. And his teammates, you could tell, were just really enjoying playing with him.
Stolen. Feeds to Gallinari. Here's Miracle Man. There's the three. And yes, sir, that one drops. And now it's just a 4-point Heat lead.
They don't seem to have many answers for him in this game. He's doing a terrific job out there. Outstanding work.
LeBron kicks to Wade. He's covered by Iguodala. Shot from free throw range. Scooped up.
Still trying to get into the swing of things here offensively. It just has not happened for him here.
There's 18 seconds left now here in the second. Again, the Nuggets score.
Boy, what a great job of getting into the teeth of the defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's been their main point of attack. I mean, get the ball deep and try to score from in tight rather than rely on their outside shooting. I mean, that's a more consistent way to score it. Take it inside.
Here's Wade from down in the low post. It goes. Wade's got 7 points for the quarter.
Good luck trying to figure out how to defend this guy. It's a major order and hard to come up with an answer for him.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. It's the Heat up 4. Well, folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports.
Does that sound about right?
The hyperbole is strong with you, man, isn't it? I wouldn't be that dramatic about it, but yeah, I feel like tonight was the kind of game I've envisioned myself playing in the NBA for a long time. I'm looking forward to the chance to have many more like it. There's a long road to go, though, so I wouldn't get too far ahead of myself here. I'm just glad I was able to put it all together tonight, truthfully.
Welcome fans to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr are by my side. Doris Burke will be reporting from the side. And Doris Burke spoke with George Karl. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, we talked about how you can slow down this very formidable offensive team. He told me it's all about following the scouting report, saying we have so much information nowadays, where guys shoot best, where they maybe don't shoot as well. We provide that to our players, and it's incumbent upon them, and of course us as a coaching staff, to try to take away what they do best. Guys, we'll see if they can take them out of their groove tonight. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. And it seems they have planned wisely for a matchup like this against a team that scores so proficiently.
Well, you can't just ignore the firepower they've got. I mean, you got to plan for it. You know, map out a strategy, hit guys' shots, and see if you can get your team some momentum.
Well, if you don't do that, Steve, then you'll get burned. I mean, sounds like they're prepared for the challenge, though.
Pistons trailed by 15. Knight kicks to Maggette. He's against Miller. Shoots from the baseline. Blocked. Pass to Randolph. The shot is off.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Yeah, only a moderate advantage here, a slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
A nice shot by Knight. The Nuggets leading by 13. Dishes it to Miller. Miller, right side. Here's Miracle Man. The three. And Fareed kicks to Iguodala. Fareed. Here's Randolph. Kicks it out to Iguodala. There's the triple. And that one's good. Pistons trailed by 16. Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Let's take a moment to look at the 2K leaderboard and see last year's high-scoring teams. The Nuggets, number one.
Yeah, number one in the league in points per game a year ago. They played with so much confidence, such unselfish basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Mozgov, he's checked in for Randolph. And Fournier subbed in for Miller. Then for the Pistons, Austin Day. He's checked in for Urebka. And it's Bynum in for Brandon Knight.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Here's Miracle Man. Here's the three. Shot is no good.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Maggette, the pass to Bynum. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And that definitely does have to have them feeling good, Clark.
Yeah, but a lot can change from one year to the next, Kevin. You know that. We've both seen it. They better not just assume history will repeat itself. You've got to earn your victory.
Not in this league.
That's right.
Kufis checked in for Denver. Brewer comes in for Fournier. Iguodala covered by Maggette. Iguodala's drive. Good on the 13-footer. Iguodala's got 5 now.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here, keeping the ball alive and then converting those second chances when they get them.
Now here's Bynum. Defense is right there. And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. A different look here for Detroit. Maxio comes in for Drummond. And it's Brandon Knight in for Rodney Stuckey. Bynum dishes to Knight. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 13th in three-point field goal percentage. 18th in free throw percentage. And as far as steals go, bottom third of the league. That's unacceptable.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Detroit. 6 to shoot. Here's Day. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. A minute 42 left to play in the first. The Nuggets leading by 14. He kicks to Kufis. Here's Miracle Man for the three, and the shot is good. Miracle Man's got 5.
They haven't been able to stifle him defensively here.
No, their offense continues to click.
Here's Knight. Good on the shot.
Love the finish there. Not much defense, though.
Denver's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was tough to see that one coming, really, because I thought that was a game they were going to win. The final score really caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah, but I think they really tightened up at the end, Steve. I think they were trying too hard to avoid the upset instead of focusing on going after the win.
The feed to Stuckey. There's 48 seconds left in the first. There's the dish to Maggette. Kicks it to Knight. 5 on the clock. Day kicks to Knight. Pulls up. High post. The shot no good.
And total domination on the glass by them so far.
Well, the anticipation has been outstanding, exquisite. I mean, it seems like they've got an extra sense as to know where the ball is coming off.
Here's Miracle Man. The three gets the bucket. Miracle Man's got 11.
9 straight points for them off of wide open looks from deep. Something has to change for this deep.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor.
5 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Got it up. No good on that last second attempt there. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. 35. The Nuggets on top, up 19 from the... Well, not exactly a close game. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Rebounded by Corey Maggette. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you chalk that loss up to poor shooting, guys. There was very little flow to their offense, and they really didn't find quality shots.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. It's a combination of poor execution and then no quality shots. They seem far too focused on doing it themselves, going solo, playing hero ball, we like to call it, versus cohesive team play.
On the floor for Detroit, Maggette out there with Jerebko, and it's Bynum. Then there's Andre Drummond.
You know, sometimes, guys, with new ownership, drastic changes are made. But the Pistons pretty much held firm last year, although they did add Lawrence Frank as their head coach, who did a nice job. But I think Detroit is really looking to keep this core group of young players together and see if they can develop.
The Nuggets leading by 15. Here's Miracle Man, and another miss by Denver.
Well, the defense recognized how dangerous he is out there and got right up on him. Didn't give him any space.
Inside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Back to Detroit, it always seems to be their MO throughout the various sports. Get a solid core and grow out from there.
Yeah, it's called organic growth. You know, the Pistons really haven't made a big splash in free agency, at least in the NBA. The Pistons have always gathered their talent through the draft, and that's worked for them.
Now here's Bynum. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Randolph's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Pass to Fareed. Here's Miracle Man. And the pass to Miller. Launches a 3. That's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. And the Nuggets with some changes. Kufis checked in for Randolph. And Mozgov checks in for Miller. And the Pistons making a change here. And so here's Denver. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
Well, you look at the Nuggets last season during that lockout-shortened year. So many injuries, but give George Karl credit for getting great production from his bench and really continuing that winning tradition.
Here's Day, blocked. Here's Drummond.
A lot of blocking shots is instincts, and you either have them or you don't. It seems to me that Drummond has them, and you see the way he times that block perfectly, really coming over from the weak side in particular and protecting the basket.
Well, he just does some things on defense that can take your breath away, quite honestly. His athleticism is jaw-dropping. But he has a knack for timing things up as far as blocking shots, too.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Miracle Man in their last time out against the Heat made some terrific plays. He dropped in 17 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
Thank you, Doris. Great job. And I think we might be seeing here, Clark, another great game from him tonight.
We may very well see that, Kevin. I know he was pleased with his performance last time out, and he seems to be in great form right now, too.
Yeah, playing with a ton of confidence, Clark, and you can see he's just in a groove now, and I think it'll carry forward into tonight. We'll see.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Day. Now here's Bynum. Not a lot of room. Here's Villanueva. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And this is why they have the big lead. The rebounding has been dominant.
You know, guys, the +8 rebounding, I don't think it tells the whole story. I mean, they've been the more physical team from the outset. That's been the difference, their physicality.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Craig Monroe. He's checked in for Drummond. Pass to Fournier. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And the basket good. Fareed's got 4 points now in the quarter. Guys, nothing has really come easy for him today.
Yeah, you'd have to consider this not one of their best performances.
Stuckey kicks to Bynum. Back to Stuckey. Villanueva up top. Lock at 6. Maggette. Over Fareed. Here's Monroe. And the layup falls. Monroe's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
Well, I've enjoyed watching the progress of Greg Monroe. He's showed signs of becoming a franchise-caliber big man. In fact, in his second season with the Pistons, he upped his numbers across the board.
Bynum, the pass to Stuckey. That's good, and it's Bynum with the assist. Stuckey's got his second bucket of the night.
I like the awareness they had there. Guys were headed out on the break the instant the steal was made.
And they got the easy bucket because of it.
Well, back to Greg Monroe. He was taken 7th in the 2010 draft, but, you know, Clark, you could argue that he's been the most productive in that draft class.
Yeah, and I think overlooked just because the Pistons have struggled, but I agree with you, Kevin. He continues to improve, and if he maintains this rate of improvement, he's going to be an all-star at some point.
Anthony Randolph, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Brewer comes in for Fournier. Here's Miracle Man. He dishes it to Mozgov. Monroe on him. Launches it. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. The Nuggets in second.
You know, after that solid performance last year, there will be a lot of high expectations this year. And nothing stays exactly the same for a team from year to year. There are a lot of dynamics involved, particularly shooting percentage. They have a nice lead here and have really controlled the glass for the majority of the game. Kudos to them for their strong effort on the backboards.
Yeah, and they're sending a message too, Clark. They're really coming out and playing a very physical game here.
Here's Mozgov. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. And the Nuggets lead by 19. Here's Maggette, and Fareed sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Well, let's look back to last year's Nuggets while we've got a moment here, Kevin. First in scoring, first in assists, and they were number 2 in field goal percentage. This is a team that got good shots on a regular basis and knocked them down.
But when you get down to it, I mean, the identity of this club is that they score the ball. Number 1 in the league. They have so many ways to hurt you, and that seems to inspire them with confidence every single game.
Bynum dishes to Stuckey. Over for Reed. He sinks the 11-footer. And that's now 6 points in the game for Stuckey.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
It's rebounded by Stuckey. Pistons trailed by 17. Maggette outside. Back to Bynum. Over Brewer. And the jam by Craig Monroe. Here's Miracle Man. 17 points for him last game against Miami. He feeds it to McGee. In low to Fareed. Gets it to go. Fareed's got 9 points.
You know, those types of high percentage shots, Kevin, should be a big part of what they do going forward.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Nuggets lead by 17.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night. I'm Damon Bruce. The Denver Nuggets have the lead against Detroit. Starting off on the right foot this young season, they're definitely playing well. Miracle Man just having his way against the Pistons. We've come to expect performances like this one from him. The Pistons on the other side, not firing. They've been blowing it at the free throw line, leaving a lot of money on the line. Corey Maggette with a rough first half. Not many positives for him so far. Just 1 bucket.
Knight kicks to Stuckey. He passes to Monroe. To the middle. Here's your Rebko. He's covered by Randolph. That's good.
Boy, he really used his height there.
He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot.
The Nuggets leading by 14.
You know, last year with the shortened season, I think Denver thought they would have an advantage with the condensed schedule because of all of their youth and their depth. But the injuries really changed everything for George Karl, and they weren't able to take advantage.
Miracle Man in at point guard. Ozgov is out there with Randolph. And there's Iguodala. And it's Miller in at the 3 side. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Fournier is checked in for Miller. And Detroit with a change here, too. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Rebko. Certainly for Denver, their depth as a team was something they wanted, but the injuries did nag at them, and, you know, Clark, they weren't able to take advantage, as you said.
Yeah, Danilo got hurt, among others, and they were never really able to take full advantage of their youth. Still, given the turnover they've gone through the last few years, I think they've come out extremely well. They have really been a group of glass eaters out there today, fellas. I mean, just devouring any and all rebounds.
And I think that's the difference in the game right now. A double-digit lead in that category.
And they will call over the back on the play.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
Corey Brewer's checked in for Denver. And a switcher also for Detroit. Day's checked in. Pistons trailed by 14. Back to Knight. That is good. Knight's got 4 points in the quarter.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
He'd better get a move on. Connects on the 9-footer. Knight's got 16 points.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Here's Miracle Man. Kept alive. Here's Randolph. And the Pistons making a change here. Now Iguodala 5 points in the game. Here's Miracle Man. Randolph up top. Shot to end this cold run. Tries again, and he lays it up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 12. The Pistons have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Picked away. And pushing it up. Here's Denver.
I like that foul. You don't want to give up an easy 2 in transition.
No, you don't want to give up a layup. Make him earn them from the stripe, and maybe you get a break and he makes only one of the free throws or misses them both.
Will Bynum is checked in for the Pistons. Iguodala against Knight. Here's Miracle Man. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Miracle Man's got 20.
And that's his first 3 of the second half after really lighting it up beyond the arc in the first.
The Pistons making a change here. Stuckey's checked in. Knight against Iguodala. Detroit, no good that time either.
And the defense did just enough to throw him off that shot. You talk about Pistons head coach Lawrence Frank. He has a reputation for hard work, very meticulous. Not a guy who had a big pedigree in his basketball career to lean on, so he really made his way with hard work and determination.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
There's no doubting, gentlemen, that Detroit's Rodney Stuckey is a powerfully built guard. Coach Lawrence Frank said he's an attacker. We want him to live in the paint. We want him to get to the free throw line. On defense, we think he can be an elite defender. We want him to show all those gifts. Guys, Coach Frank definitely encouraging Stuckey to be aggressive and assert himself at all times.
Well, he seems to be pushing the right buttons, Doris. Thanks. And that one's good. And Lawrence Frank, as you mentioned, Steve, not a guy who played the game at a high level. Do you think that's a disadvantage for him?
Well, it just depends. I mean, you know, if you can... Oh! Are you kidding me?
That was a power punch right there.
Great.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah. No, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. Can they get it? Oh, that's blocked. Here's Mozgov. Here's Miracle Man. And it's blocked by Day.
A very rough quarter for him as not much is falling right now.
Deflects the pass. It's taken away by Brewer. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Oh!
Look out!
Don't do that to him. That was fantastic. Wow.
And Clark, the degree of difficulty.
Major.
That was amazing.
The Pistons shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind.
Well, Brandon Knight is an athletic combo guard. Spent 1 year at Kentucky, where he took the Wildcats to a Final Four. And for a Detroit team that's already stacked with combo guards, it's a questionable fit. But he's got a bright future in this league. It's just a matter of finding the right situation.
Monroe, no good.
Boy, this has been flat out ugly for him this quarter. He hasn't hit a thing out there.
From deep, another three for Denver.
This is unbelievable. What a shooting exhibition we're seeing out there today.
And Brandon Knight can still definitely score, but still developing and proving himself as a playmaker.
Yeah, he really is a guy that takes his craft seriously. As a matter of fact, coming out of high school and even at Kentucky, one of the things that was challenging for his coaches was to help him not strive for such perfection that it was a hindrance. So he's going to continue to work and develop, and he just has to make sure that he's not too hard on himself going forward, because he can be, I think, an excellent guard as a defender and scorer and playmaker.
17 seconds left in the third quarter. They set the screen on the wing. Stuckey, 6 on the shot clock. Over Randolph, and the shot is good from Stuckey. Stuckey's got 10 points. Here's Miracle Man. Shot is off. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Nuggets on top, delivering the blowout. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next.
Tune in next Sunday.
Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris Burke with the report. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Miracle Man gets the recognition for his uncontainable game tonight. Coming off the bench, he has been just the kind of energy his team needed and given the starters a run for their money in production.
Thanks, Doris. And you love to see that kind of effort from your starters. And here we've seen that same sort of lift, guys, from the bench.
Yeah, man, I thought he was really a catalyst for them, Kevin. He got them going right away when he got in.
Instant energy is what he gave them, Steve. And
the Pistons shooting 41% for the game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Knight and Stuckey are manning the backcourt. In at forward is Tayshaun Prince and Jason Maxiell. And it's Monroe in at the 5 spot. Left side, Randolph. Here's Miracle Man. Jacks up a 3. And that one's good. Miracle Man's got 15 points in just the second half.
And the damage they're doing from three-point range here in the second half is amazing.
yeah, I mean, they're always a threat to spray home some threes now, but not like this.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And Fournier kicks to Randall. And Denver again with the bucket.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Stuckey passes to Monroe. And it's Denver with the rebound. Fournier's got his 5th rebound in this one. Feeds to Randolph. Here's Miracle Man. Leads him in there. And stolen by Knight. And now Stuckey running the floor all by himself.
Costly mistake at the other end to set up that fast break.
That's what you want to do after the turnover. Push the ball up the floor and strike quickly.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 13 points for Prince.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Rodney Stuckey pulls it in.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Monroe dishes to Stuckey. The Pistons working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. The fader shoots, and another shot. Monroe, no good.
Not much production from him, and it's hurt his team.
Here's Fournier, and again, Denver, no good. The Pistons shoot. Knight kicks to Monroe. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got his 5th assist in this one.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Bynum with the steal. Shots good by Middleton.
Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Dishes it to Kufis. Here's Miracle Man. And the shot is good. Miracle Man's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's done an outstanding job all game long. Absolutely a great job of finding an opening against the defense.
Bynum. He kicks it to Day. This one for 3. There's the bucket. Good.
Now they're finally making some inroads here by knocking down shots from the perimeter.
You know, and on defense, you start to get a little nervous now when shot making is going as well as it has for them. I mean, it's like a stampede, an avalanche. And you definitely not only hear them coming, you feel them.
Here's Miracle Man. There's the feed to Randolph. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Anthony Randolph, who played just 1 year at LSU, is a tantalizing talent. The size, the athleticism, but he hasn't been able to find his position.
1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Prince. Count the bucket. Prince has got 13 points in the second half. And Anthony Randolph, a good handle for a big guy. Sometimes, it seems he wants to play like a guard, pushing it up, making plays off the bounce. So Clarkie's got some versatility to his game.
He does have some, but sometimes versatility can be the enemy of zeroing in on what you need to do to be most effective. And Randolph kind of looks like a player of that ilk. 7-footer, skilled, but not quite taking advantage of all of his gifts physically.
1:29 left in the fourth quarter. Miller kicks to Gallinari. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Miller's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, another uncontested three there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Quincy Miller out of Baylor is 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, actually a little north of a 7-foot wingspan. That's excellent size for the small forward position. He's still extremely young, growing into his body, but certainly a lot of potential and appears to be a high-character young man as well.
It's good to hear. Here's what Denver's going with right now. Mozgov comes in for Gallinari, and Fournier subbed in for Andre Miller. Pulls it up. The shot misses. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Going back to Quincy Miller, he suffered a torn ACL his senior year in high school and was still in recovery at Baylor. And Steve, I wonder how that is going to now point his compass for scouts and personnel men in the NBA.
Well, you definitely have to take that into account, Kevin, when you look at his production from a year ago. As that knee gets better and he gets stronger, there's a lot of upside for this young fella. So can he fulfill that potential? We'll see.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Miracle Man. Shot is off.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Here's Bynum. Connects in the foul line jumper.
They could have used this run a while ago. It may not make much difference now.
Yeah, they hit that snooze button a little too much because they showed up late to this game.
Here's Miracle Man. He's guarded by Bynum. Bynum, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Pistons now. And it's rejected. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the...
Big night, 34 points for you. With that great performance offensively, is there anything different you did to facilitate that?
I put up the numbers I did because I played within myself and let the game come naturally. I know as soon as I start forcing things, it'll go downhill in a hurry. We got a great team here, and any one of us could do what I did tonight. I just happen to have the hot hand in this one. Felt good to get the win tonight, man.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris. And so here is Houston. They trail by 11. Here's Lynn. Miller grabs the miss. The Nuggets have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter.
And their shooting percentage from that game tells the story. They got hot, and they stayed hot.
I know. It was something to watch, wasn't it? I mean, I kept waiting for those guys to cool off, and it just never happened.
Here's Miracle Man. Nailed from three-point land.
That offense just keeps on clicking.
It sure does, Clark. They're getting high percentage looks and really taking advantage here.
Tony Douglas is checked in for the Rockets. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kevin McHale.
He told me he's a fan of Andre Iguodala, especially the way he's developed his outside shot. He said that was one weakness. He could do everything else, pass, handle, and finish. And boy, what a defender. But now that he's developed that jump shot, there are really no weaknesses in his game. Guys, that makes it awfully tough to deal with a guy who can impact the game in that many ways. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Houston. The Nuggets also changing it up. Kufis comes in for Mozgov, and Fournier subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Douglas kicks to Parsons. Takes it up for the stuff.
That's a gut punch right there, Clark. Cough up the ball at one end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's painful.
Here's Miracle Man. Fades. Cannot hit. We're live, the home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off a good outing against the Pistons. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely... And so it's Houston with it. They trail by 11. The dish to Forbes. Feeds to Douglas. The feed to Forbes. Pass to White. Clock at 6. Dishes it to Douglas. And stolen by Miller. Here's Miracle Man for the 3. That one goes. Count it. Miracle Man's got his first 3 points of the game.
They still have a lot of time to get back into this game, but they got to do a better job of limiting the second chance points.
Carlos Delfino's checked in for the Rockets. And a switcher also for Denver. Kufis is checked in. Douglas kicks to Martin. From downtown, that's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas.
That's a defensive let-up right there. I mean, they've got to close down on him quicker when he's in three-point range.
Blocked. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets.
Muscle flex time on that jam.
He wanted these people, Steve, to hear that one.
He got that right. Going up with some force.
And that last replay, courtesy of Sprite. On the wing, Iguodala. Here's Miracle Man. He kicks it to Kufis. Here's Miracle Man. And again, Denver with the triple.
Yeah, things could not be going much better for them so far, particularly offensively.
I'll say, I mean, you don't see too many first-quarter leads this big.
And the Miracle Man is going to... We've got NBA basketball in store for you here in Houston, Texas, the home of the Rockets, live on 2K Sports. And time now to take a quick look at our State Farm lineups. Someone will... Iguodala against Martin. Iguodala outside. Kicks to McGee. The dish now to Gallinari. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, this is the first full season of the post-Carmelo era in Denver, and looks to me like the Nuggets are going to be just fine. They've got a collection of talent.